All right, everybody, we're joined by Coach Mike White. We'll go straight to questions and we'll start with Anthony Dasher and then go to Jack Leo.
Hey, Mike, obviously, this game, second half, second chance points. I mean,
Yeah,
bad job on the offensive, board just kind of just killed you. That's just kind of what happened in those two aspects tonight.
just didn't do a good enough job getting the offensive glass and got pounded on the defensive glass, especially in the second half. Give up 18 offensive rebounds on the road. Tough to overcome. A lot of those led to fouls, which led to 29 made free throws by Arkansas. Credit those guys for attacking the glass. They're long, they're athletic. They played really hard. They're tough, they're physical. And our defensive attention to detail and physical and mental toughness wasn't as sharp as it needed to be to win on the road. Did a lot of good things. But that was the brunt of the conversation throughout the media timeouts in the second half. And we didn't answer the bell on the defensive glass. 4 turnovers in the first half was another factor, 9 in the second.
Mhm.
Costly couple down the stretch, of course, and some missed free throws. We left a couple points there on the table. But Arkansas was good. They're a very, very good team. And this is one of the only leagues um maybe there's another one like this that's in the same ballpark, but where you can get off to a tough start. Um Anyone really in this league and reel off a few, or win a few and then struggle for a few. Um because everybody in this league is really good, and Arkansas is very, very good.
Just quick follow up. Again, I think the league is tough, but still, how frustrating is it knowing that you had a chance to
Mm.
steal one on the road and not have it take place?
I mean, I couldn't even put into words. I mean, with all of these losses, or even some of the wins that we've had where we just don't play well, it's what we do. It's our livelihood. We're pouring into these young guys and um, put a lot of time and energy into this scout. You're right there. It's life in the SEC, and the line is incredibly fine between winning and losing. It's amazing. In the SEC in 2025, I mean, um, all of these games are so hard, and um, you take one turnover away, you take one of their offensive rebounds away, you take one of our reaching fouls where one of our bigs is up there blocking it, just a poor decision there. We probably had 4 or 5 of those. I mean, there's probably 20, 30 things we could have done better. We block out correctly 4 or 5 more times. And you're sitting here in the locker room, and you're sitting here during this interview thinking about what a great win it was at Bud Walton Arena. It was rocking in here. And at the same time, though, I mean, we got to move on. I mean, you sit here and pout about a loss in this league. It's just you're not preparing yourself. You're not giving yourself a chance in the next one. So we got to move on pretty quickly. We're going to learn from this. We'll consolidate the tape. This one's a little bit simpler than some of the other ones. Um, it was the fouling, it was the defensive rebounding, and it was the 13 turnovers is better than what it could have been and what it may have been 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. Thought we made some pretty sound decisions. Played off of 2 feet in the paint, made some extra passes, pounded it in the post a little bit. Our bigs were really good. But 13 still, if it's 12, you probably win the game. If it's 9, you certainly win the game. Um, and I could go back to defensive rebounding again, but I'll just end it at that.
Mike, just the way that Arkansas seemed to really crash the board, especially there in the second half, is that kind of what y'all had expected coming off such a rough time that they had shooting the three ball going into the half?
Yeah, I mean, we expected from every front court guy in our league. And some teams and programs are sending 4 and 5 guys, and we do at times, just depending on the situation. So, I mean, we're really hard to block out too. One of the best teams in the country to block out. That said, tonight we get 8 and they get 18. I mean, it's just that one stat alone. If it's even, you steal one on the road. So, um, Yeah, definitely anticipated those guys. Watched a bunch of film on these guys the past couple days. Our guys knew the talent, um, and the hunger on the offensive glass, by guys like Adu and Thiero and Knox and Brazil, Big Z, Billy Richmond. I mean, they're long and they're athletic, and they attack the glass um, with tenacity today, and we just didn't meet that challenge.
Go to Mark Weiser and then Jordan Hill.
Mike, you've got some young guys, but you also have some guys, some upperclassmen that have played a lot of ball. What do you make of strong first halves and then other teams being able to get the W at the end? Carrying it through in the second half.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's something we'll continue to address and talk about as a staff and brainstorm and discuss with our guys. That was the whole conversation at halftime today. It really wasn't much about scheme, offense, defense. It was about our approach, our mentality, early second half. And again, did some good things early second half. Didn't get out of sorts offensively, which we have in other games, which really cost us in defensive transition. But we're pounded on the glass early second half. I mean, they set the tone. Again, we didn't meet that challenge, as well as this team is very capable of and has done, most nights this season. So we've got to address that. We've got to talk about it. Right around the corner, we've got another team that's phenomenal on the offensive glass. It's very physical, that plays really hard. It's got great size like these guys. Just got to do a better job.
Mike, what was the message in the post-game locker room, especially like you just acknowledged having to go to Gainesville on Saturday?
Got to get out of here quick. We got to get home. I mean, it's going to be a late night for our guys. And then a quick turnaround for classes tomorrow, taking care of their academics. And a lot of the same stuff I told you guys. Some of my answers are literally some of the same things I just told our guys. We just very matter of fact with our guys. Love our guys. Great group. Very capable. Did some good things. But the biggest message was, 9 turnovers in the second half. Half our team's in foul trouble because, for the most part, couldn't keep the ball out of the paint with their speed and quickness. Our gap detail was just okay. It cost us at times, had some inadvertent fouls. But at the end of the day, we got 8 extra possessions and they got 18. And just reminded our guys, we talked about it the whole second half. And so we're either going to do it or we're not, and mental toughness is doing what's hard all the time. Not when you feel like it, not when it's going well for you, not when the crowd's quiet. And so we've just got to get better.